Nicole jolted awake, a surge of panic gripping her as her eyes snapped to the clock on her nightstand. It was 7:45 a.m., and she had overslept, her alarm clock betraying her by failing to go off. With her heart racing, she leaped out of bed, her mind a whirlwind of anxiety over the tasks awaiting her. Today was the day of the city's most prestigious high school graduation ball, a day when the beauty salon would be swarming with clients eager to dazzle. If you are not subscribed, I recommend you subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss any videos. In a flurry, she dressed in her sleek black salon uniform, a garment that elegantly accentuated her lithe, professional form. She hastily gathered her hair into her signature high bun, a simple yet sophisticated style, and dashed out of her apartment. As she hurried down the stairs, she collided with her neighbor, Mrs. Garcia, who greeted her with a cheerful smile and a warm "Good morning, Nicole." In her haste, responded with a brisk "Good morning, Ms. Garcia," as she bolted through the front door. The streets of Palanca were a chaotic mess of traffic, but Nicole was undeterred. With determination etched on her face, she expertly navigated her small car through the gridlock, her resolve to arrive on time unwavering. Amid her rush, her stomach growled, reminding her of her missed breakfast. Spotting a familiar tamales and atoll stand, she decided to make a quick pit stop. She grabbed a green tamal and a chocolate atoll, her go-to-breakfast choice. As she turned to leave, her eyes fell on a man huddled on the ground, his clothes in tatters and his demeanor disheveled. He was shivering in the cold, his eyes pools of deep sorrow. A wave of compassion washed over Nicole. She approached the man with a kind smile and extended her breakfast towards him. "Here, sir, this is for you," she offered, her voice gentle yet firm. The man looked up, surprise and gratitude mingling in his tear-filled eyes. "Thank you, miss," he murmured, accepting the food with shaking hands. A sense of fulfillment warmed Nicole's heart as she watched him eat hungrily. Suddenly, her attention was drawn to two teenagers who were walking by, mocking the man cruelly and tugging at his hair, their laughter echoing harshly. Outraged, Nicole marched over to the boys, her voice commanding as she demanded, "Leave him alone right now." The teenagers, taken aback by her boldness, backed off, muttering under their breath as they retreated. Nicole turned toward the man, who gazed at her with eyes brimming with heartfelt gratitude. "Thank you for standing up for me, miss," he managed to say, his voice quivering with emotion. "You don't need to thank me," Nicole responded warmly. "How about a haircut? I work at a nearby beauty salon, and it would be my pleasure to help you." The man hesitated, caught in a struggle between his pride and the overwhelming need for kindness. "I don't want to be a burden," he started to protest. But Nicole interrupted him with a reassuring smile. "It's no burden at all. Please, allow me to do this for you." After a moment of internal conflict, the man nodded, and together they made their way to the salon. Upon their arrival, Nicole couldn't ignore the cold, judgmental stares from her colleagues. Valeria, the receptionist, looked disapprovingly, while Carla, the stylist temporarily in charge, muttered something under her breath about taking the man to a shelter rather than the salon. Unfazed by their reactions, Nicole led the man to her station. "My name is Nicole," she said gently, preparing her tools. "What's your name?" "I'm Jorge Garcia," the man answered, his voice barely above a whisper. "It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Garcia," Nicole replied sincerely. Valeria quickly approached them, her voice low but sharp. "Nicole, what are you doing? This isn't the place for people like him," she said, casting a disdainful glance at Mr. Garcia. Nicole met her gaze with a steely yet compassionate expression. "Valeria, this salon is a place for everyone. Everyone deserves to feel cared for and valued. Now, if you could kindly assign us a chair, that would be appreciated." With a reluctant nod, Valeria directed them to a chair tucked away in the corner of the salon. Carla, observing the scene from her station, couldn't conceal her disapproval. "Nicole, this is absurd. You should have taken him to a shelter." not brought him here, she said with a sneer. But Nicole stood firm. Carla, every human being deserves dignity and kindness, and that's exactly what I intend to give Mr. Garcia. If you can't see the importance of that, then I pity you. Undeterred by the negative reactions around her, Nicole began washing Mr. Garcia's hair with care. As she did, Ms. Mendez, one of the senior stylists, approached and gently patted her shoulder. "You're doing the right thing, dear," she whispered, offering a warm, supportive smile. With renewed resolve, Nicole continued, pouring her heart into every snip and trim. As she worked, she engaged Mr. Garcia in conversation, asking about his life with genuine interest and compassion. He opened up, sharing his story of working in construction, the heartbreak of a painful divorce, and the series of events that led him to the streets. Nicole listened intently, her heart aching with empathy, determined to give him not just a haircut, but a moment of dignity and human connection. After an hour of meticulous work, Nicole stepped back, satisfied with the transformation. Mr. Garcia stared at his reflection in the mirror, hardly recognizing the person looking back. His hair was neatly styled, and his face glowed with a newfound sense of confidence and hope. "Thank you, Nicole," he murmured, his voice choked with emotion. "I can't express how grateful I am," Nicole smiled warmly. "You don't have to thank me, Mr. Garcia. Everyone deserves a second chance. Now, let's find you some new clothes." Nicole led Mr. Garcia to a clothing store nestled in the historic center of town. As they browsed, some employees gave them curious looks, but Nicole remained unfazed, determined to ensure Mr. Garcia received the respectful treatment he deserved. They picked out a pair of crisp new pants, a well-fitted shirt, and a warm, stylish coat. The transformation was astonishing. Mr. Garcia stood taller, his posture reflecting a renewed sense of dignity and self-worth. Upon returning to the salon, Nicole noticed a shift in the atmosphere. Mrs. Mendez offered her another approving smile, and even Valeria's demeanor seemed to soften. Some clients whispered their approval as Mr. Garcia departed, expressing his heartfelt thanks once more. That afternoon, while strolling through Chapultepec Park, Nicole and Mr. Garcia stumbled upon a job fair specifically catering to homeless individuals. "This could be a great opportunity for you, Mr. Garcia," Nicole suggested, her voice filled with hope. "You might find a job and start fresh." Mr. Garcia nodded, his eyes brimming with gratitude. "I'll give it a try, Nicole. Thank you for everything you've done for me." His words were heavy with appreciation, acknowledging the profound impact of Nicole's kindness. As the afternoon wore on, Nicole felt a deep sense of satisfaction and pride. She had followed her heart, choosing compassion over conformity, and had made a tangible difference in someone's life. Yet she couldn't predict the ripple effects this act of kindness would have on her own life and the beauty salon. The next morning, as the sun cast its warm glow over the elegant Polanco neighborhood, Nicole prepared for another day at work. A mix of anticipation and nervousness fluttered in her chest. She knew that her decision to help Mr. Garcia might draw more criticism from her colleagues. Upon arriving at the salon, Nicole immediately sensed the charged atmosphere. Her colleagues were whispering among themselves, occasionally casting furtive glances in her direction. Ignoring the tension, she set up her station and prepared for her first client. Just as she was about to start, she noticed Mr. Garcia walking in, dressed in his new clothes, exuding confidence and dignity. The salon fell silent, all eyes turning to the man who, just a day earlier, had been an unfamiliar homeless person. His transformation was striking with his neatly styled hair and fresh attire. Mr. Garcia looked like a different man. His face radiated gratitude and determination. Nicole greeted him with a warm smile. "Mr. Garcia, it's wonderful to see you. How are you feeling today?" she asked. I feel amazing, Nicole. Thanks to you, I feel like a new person, Mr. Garcia replied, his voice thick with emotion. Before Nicole could respond, Carla approached, her annoyance palpable. Nicole, what is this man doing here again? You've already caused enough trouble yesterday, she snapped. Nicole stood her ground. Carla, Mr. Garcia is a client, just like anyone else. He has every right to be here. Her voice was steady, filled with conviction. At that moment, the salon door swung open, and in walked Karen, the salon owner. Fresh from a fashion show in New York, Karen's face was a mask of contained fury. Nicole, in my office. Now she commanded, her tone leaving no room for argument. A heavy knot formed in Nicole's stomach as she followed Karen into the office. She braced herself for what she knew would be a difficult conversation. Once the door closed, Karen turned to her, her eyes blazing with anger. What were you thinking? This is a high-end salon. We can't just let anyone walk in and use our services, especially not homeless people, she said, her voice icy. Nicole felt a wave of frustration and disappointment wash over her. She had known this confrontation was coming, but the harshness of Karen's words still stung. Taking a deep breath, Nicole responded, her voice calm but resolute. Karen, every person deserves to be treated with dignity and respect. Mr. Garcia may not fit the typical profile of our clients, but he is a human being in need of help. We have the skills and resources to make a difference in someone's life. Isn't that worth something? She paused, searching Karen's face for any sign of understanding. Karen, with all due respect, Mr. Garcia is a person who needed help. He's no different from any of us. I just wanted to do something good, Nicole replied, trying to keep her composure. Karen sighed deeply, rubbing her temples in frustration. Nicole, I understand your intentions, but this is a business. Because of you, we lost several important clients yesterday. I can't let something like this happen again. I'm sorry, but you're fired, and I'll withhold your salary to cover the additional cleaning expenses. Nicole felt the ground fall from beneath her feet. She had poured her heart and soul into this job, and now it was all unraveling because she had followed her instinct to help someone in need. With tears welling in her eyes, she left the office, acutely aware of the eyes of her colleagues watching her. She gathered her belongings in a daze and made her way to the exit, where Mr. Garcia awaited her. Nicole, what happened? He asked, concern etched on his face as he saw her distress. I've been fired, Mr. Garcia, but I don't regret helping you, Nicole said, her voice trembling as she fought back tears. Mr. Garcia gently placed a hand on her shoulder. I'm sorry this happened because of me, Nicole, but please don't lose hope. What you did was incredible, and I'm eternally grateful. His words, filled with sincerity, offered her a small measure of comfort. At that moment, Nicole's phone rang. It was her sister, Mariana. As Nicole answered, Mariana's voice was a mix of surprise and support. Nicole, I just heard. I'm so sorry, but you know what? I'm proud of you. You did the right thing. Talking to Mariana provided Nicole with a sense of relief. She realized that, despite the uncertainty ahead, she wasn't alone. Her family stood by her. As she and Mr. Garcia walked through the streets of Polanco, Nicole reflected on the day's events. She had sparked a change, not only in Mr. Garcia's life but also in her own. That afternoon they discussed the job fair they had come across the day before. Deciding to attend it together, they both hoped it would mark the beginning of a positive new chapter in their lives. Despite the adversity she faced, Nicole felt a quiet determination to keep moving forward, reassured that her act of kindness had made a meaningful impact. The next morning dawned with a sense of uncertainty hanging in the air. Nicole awoke early, her mind grappling with the harsh reality of losing her job. The comforting conversation with Mariana the previous night had soothed her somewhat, but the fear of an uncertain future still pressed heavily on her heart. Determined not to succumb to despair, Nicole resolved to join Mr. Garcia at the job fair. At the entrance of her building, Mr. Garcia stood waiting, looking sharp in his new clothes and exuding an air of newfound confidence. "Good morning, Nicole. I'm ready for today," he greeted her with a smile. "Good morning, Mr. Garcia. Today is a new day, and I believe we'll find something promising at the fair," Nicole responded, infusing her voice with as much optimism as she could muster. Upon arriving at the job fair, they were greeted by a bustling crowd and an atmosphere brimming with hope. Booths from various companies and organizations lined the venue, each offering opportunities for those seeking a fresh start. The energy was infectious, lifting Nicole's spirits and momentarily easing her worries. She and Mr. Garcia moved from booth to booth, engaging with representatives, filling out forms, and exploring the possibilities available. While immersed in the fair's hopeful ambience, Nicole's phone rang. It was Mrs. Mendez. "Nicole, I'm sorry to disturb you, but things are getting complicated at the salon. Karen is furious. Carla told her everything that happened, and it's causing quite a stir. I just wanted to let you know that I'm on your side," Mrs. Mendez said, her voice filled with concern. "Thank you, Mrs. Mendez. I really appreciate your support," Nicole replied, a pang of anxiety gripping her. Despite the comfort of knowing someone at the salon stood by her, the situation's complexity weighed on her mind. Yet, being at the job fair, surrounded by so many possibilities, Nicole felt a flicker of hope. She realized that even though her path had taken an unexpected turn, new opportunities were on the horizon. Determined to focus on the positive, Nicole and Mr. Garcia continued their exploration of the fair, both hopeful that this day would mark the beginning of a new, brighter chapter in their lives. After the job fair, Nicole and Mr. Garcia decided to take a leisurely walk through Chapultepec Park, hoping to clear their minds and enjoy the tranquility of nature. As they strolled along the winding paths, Mr. Garcia opened up about his past, sharing the story of his life before he found himself on the streets. He had once been a successful engineer at a construction company, living a comfortable life. However, a series of unfortunate events, beginning with a painful divorce and compounded by struggles with alcohol, had unraveled his world. "It's astonishing how quickly life can turn upside down," Mr. Garcia remarked, gazing thoughtfully at the horizon. "But thanks to you, Nicole, I feel like I've been given a second chance." Nicole smiled warmly, deeply touched by his gratitude. "Everyone deserves a second chance, Mr. Garcia. I'm confident that things will improve for you," she reassured him. The sincerity in her voice brought a sense of hope to their conversation. Back at Nicole's apartment, she decided to call her sister, Mariana, to share the day's events in detail. Mariana, always the practical and supportive sister, listened intently to Nicole's recounting. "Nicole, I know this situation is tough, but you did the right thing. I'm here for you and I'll help in any way I can," Mariana said, her voice filled with resolve. "Thank you, Mariana. Your support means a lot to me. Now I just need to figure out my next steps," Nicole responded, feeling comforted by her sister's unwavering support. That night, as Nicole was winding down, her phone rang again. This time it was from an unknown number. She hesitated for a moment before answering, only to hear Karen's voice on the other end. "Nicole, we need to talk. I've been thinking about what happened, and I realize I may have made a mistake. Could you come to the salon tomorrow so we can discuss it?" Karen's tone was unexpectedly conciliatory, catching Nicole off guard. A mix of relief and apprehension washed over Nicole. "Sure, Karen. I'll be there tomorrow," she replied, her heart racing with anticipation of the conversation that lay ahead. The next morning, Nicole arrived at the salon with a mix of nervousness and hope. Karen's offer to give her back her job and give Mr. Garcia an opportunity was a sign that things could improve. However, she also felt the pressure to prove that she had made the right decision in helping Mr. Garcia. When she entered the salon, the murmurs of her colleagues abruptly ceased. Nicole felt everyone's eyes on her as she walked to her station. Valeria, the receptionist, gave her a timid smile and a slight nod, a gesture Nicole appreciated. Carla, on the other hand, didn't look at her directly, busy with her own client. Karen was waiting for her in her office. "Nicole, I'm glad to see you," she said, inviting her to sit down. "I've been reflecting a lot on what happened. I want you to know that I truly regret being so harsh with you." "Thank you, Karen. I appreciate your words, and I'm willing to move forward," Nicole replied sincerely. "Before we get back to the normal routine, I'd like Mr. Garcia to join us today. I want everyone to see the transformation and understand the importance of what you did," Karen continued. Nicole nodded, feeling a mix of pride and nervousness. She left the office and called Mr. Garcia, who was waiting in a nearby cafe. Shortly after, he arrived at the salon looking more confident and with a grateful smile on his face. Karen raised her hand to get everyone's attention. "Please, everyone, gather around for a moment. I want to share something very important with you," she said, her voice trembling slightly. The salon team gathered around, forming a semicircle. Karen began to speak, her voice firmer now. "I want to tell you a story that few people know about me and Mr. Garcia. Many years ago, when I was a little girl, I experienced one of the most terrifying moments of my life. A fire broke out in our house, trapping my mother and me inside. The fire spread quickly, and the smoke was suffocating us." Karen paused, her eyes filled with emotion. "I thought we wouldn't survive, but then, out of nowhere, a man appeared. This man wasn't a firefighter or a close neighbor. He was a stranger passing by. This man risked his life to enter our burning house and get us out, saving my mother and me." The salon was silent, each word of Karen resonating deeply. Nicole looked at Mr. Garcia, who was standing next to her, his face showing surprise and recognition. Karen continued, her voice breaking. "That man was Mr. Jorge Garcia. I will never forget his bravery and compassion. When I saw him here yesterday, I didn't immediately recognize him. It was only when he told me his story that everything came back to me. I realized I had made a grave mistake in firing Nicole for helping him. She saw in him what I didn't, a person worthy of respect and a second chance." Tears began to roll down Karen's cheeks. "I want to publicly apologize to Nicole and Mr. Garcia. I promise that this salon will be a place where compassion and empathy are valued as much as skill and professionalism." Nicole felt a wave of emotions upon hearing these words. The team, moved by the story, began to applaud. Mrs. Mendez, with a smile, approached Karen and gave her a comforting hug. Karen turned to Mr. Garcia. "Mr. Garcia, I can't express enough my gratitude for what you did for my mother and me. I want to offer you a place on our team, not only because you deserve it, but because I'm sure your presence here will make us better." Mr. Garcia, with tears in his eyes, humbly accepted the offer. "Thank you, Karen. Thank you, everyone. Nicole, without your act of kindness, I wouldn't be here today. I am eternally grateful." That afternoon, Nicole and Mr. Garcia worked side by side with renewed energy and a sense of purpose. The story of Karen and Mr. Garcia became a beacon of inspiration for everyone at the salon. Clients, upon learning the story, began to see the salon not just as a place to beautify themselves, but as a space for transformation and second chances. The beauty salon transformed into a symbol of hope and renewal. Nicole, with her passion and empathy, led the change, demonstrating that an act of kindness can have a profound and lasting impact. Mr. Garcia, with his courage and perseverance, found a new beginning, becoming a talented stylist and a mentor to others. As they closed the salon that night, Nicole reflected on everything that had happened. She knew they had come a long way, but there was still much more to do. With the support of Karen, the team, and the community, she was determined to continue her mission of making the world a better place, one haircut at a time. The next morning, the beauty salon was filled with renewed energy. Employees and clients were animatedly talking about the emotional story Karen had shared the day before. The recognition of Mr. Garcia as the hero who saved Karen and her mother had changed everyone's perception in the salon, creating a warmer and more welcoming atmosphere. Nicole arrived early, ready to face the day with a new perspective. As she entered, she was greeted with smiles and warm greetings from her colleagues. Mrs. Mendez approached and gave her a hug. "Nicole, I'm so proud of you. You've shown that kindness always prevails." "Thank you, Mrs. Mendez. I couldn't have done it without your support," Nicole responded with gratitude. Karen approached Nicole and Mr. Garcia, who had just arrived. "Good morning, Nicole." "Mr. Garcia, can we talk for a moment in my office?" Nicole and Mr. Garcia nodded and followed Karen to her office. Once inside, Karen closed the door and sat in front of them. "I want to thank you again for your patience and understanding. I've been reflecting a lot on how we can make this salon more inclusive and welcoming for everyone." "We're glad to hear that, Karen. I believe we can make a big difference together," Nicole said enthusiastically. "I agree. I want to start by offering a more formal and public apology to both of you. Nicole, not only do you deserve your job back, but I also want you to lead a new social inclusion program we're creating. And Mr. Garcia, I'd like to offer you a position as an apprentice stylist, with the hope that you'll eventually become a full-time stylist here." Mr. Garcia, visibly emotional, gratefully accepted the offer. "Thank you, Karen. This opportunity means a lot to me. I promise to work hard and prove my worth." Karen smiled. "I know you will." Now let's announce this to everyone. They returned to the main area of the salon, where the team had gathered to hear the news. Karen raised her hand to get everyone's attention. "Good morning, team. I have some important news to share. As you know, yesterday I shared the story of how Mr. Garcia saved my life. Today I want to officially announce that Nicole will return to her position and lead a new social inclusion program in our salon. Additionally, Mr. Garcia will join us as an apprentice stylist." The salon erupted in applause and cheers. Nicole and Mr. Garcia were overwhelmed by the support and enthusiasm of their colleagues. Karen continued, "I am committed to making this salon a place where everyone feels welcome and valued. Nicole and Mr. Garcia are examples of how passion and empathy can change lives. I hope we all follow their example." That day marked the beginning of a new era for the beauty salon. Nicole, with her leadership and dedication, began implementing the social inclusion program. She organized workshops and charity events for homeless people, offering free haircuts and assistance in finding employment. Mr. Garcia, working side by side with Nicole, proved to be a diligent and talented apprentice, quickly earning the respect and admiration of his colleagues and clients. The impact of the new program was felt quickly in the community. People from all social classes began visiting the salon, attracted by its reputation for inclusivity and empathy. The beauty salon became a place where second chances were possible and where inner beauty was valued as much as outer beauty. One afternoon, while Nicole and Mr. Garcia were finishing up with a group of homeless people, Karen approached them. "I'm so proud of what we're achieving here. Thanks to you, we've created something truly special." "Thank you, Karen. This wouldn't be possible without your support and vision," Nicole replied with a smile. Mr. Garcia nodded. "This salon has given me a new life. I'm grateful for everything you've done for me." Nicole looked around, seeing the happy and grateful faces of their clients and colleagues. She knew she had found her purpose, and she was determined to continue her mission of transforming lives through kindness and empathy. The beauty salon had become much more than a place for beautification. It was a refuge of hope and renewal, where everyone, regardless of their situation, was welcome and valued. And it had all started with a simple act of kindness from Nicole, proving that sometimes the smallest gestures can have the greatest impact. The beauty salon was bustling with activity one morning when an unusual silence fell over the place. Nicole, busy with a client, looked up to see an elegant and authoritative woman enter, flanked by two serious-looking men. Karen, who was at the reception desk, was stunned to see them. "Good morning, I'm Valentina Martinez, Inspector from the Ministry of Labor and Social Welfare," announced the woman, showing her identification. "We've received a complaint about possible labor irregularities at this establishment." The atmosphere immediately became tense. Karen, trying to maintain her composure, approached Valentina. "Good morning, Inspector Martinez. Please come to my office, and we can discuss any concerns you have." Nicole exchanged a worried glance with Mr. Garcia. Suspicions about the complaint immediately fell on Carla, who hadn't hidden her resentment since Nicole's return and Mr. Garcia's inclusion in the team. In the office, Karen and Valentina began a tense conversation. "We've received reports from a dissatisfied employee about working conditions and discrimination," explained Valentina. Karen took a deep breath. "I understand. I appreciate you coming to investigate, and we're more than willing to cooperate. We've gone through a recent process of change, and I can assure you we're committed to the well-being and inclusion of all our employees." Meanwhile, in the main area of the salon, Nicole noticed Carla watching the scene with a satisfied smile. Determined to confront the situation, she approached her. "Do you know anything about this complaint, Carla?" Nicole asked, keeping her voice calm but firm. Carla feigned innocence. "Me? Why would I know anything? Maybe someone finally noticed the irregularities here." Nicole didn't want to accuse without proof, but Carla's attitude confirmed her suspicions. She decided to focus on staying calm and continuing to work, showing that the salon had nothing to hide. Valentina and her companion spent the morning interviewing employees, reviewing documents, and observing the salon's operations. Every time Valentina looked at Nicole and Mr. Garcia, Nicole felt a knot in her stomach, fearing that any mistake could cost them everything they had worked for. At the end of the day, Valentina gathered everyone in the reception area. "I've concluded my initial inspection and will speak with each of you privately. I can see significant efforts have been made to improve conditions here, but there are still areas we need to review." Before the inspection ended, something unexpected happened. A regular client of the salon, Mrs. Gomez, entered with her young daughter. Seeing the tense atmosphere, she approached Nicole. "What's going on here? It looks like there's trouble." Nicole briefly explained the situation, and Mrs. Gomez, outraged, turned to Valentina. "This salon has changed my life and the lives of many others. Nicole and her team have done more for this community than any other business in this area. I don't believe in those accusations, and I offer to testify about the good work they do here." Valentina, surprised by Mrs. Gomez's passionate defense, nodded. "I appreciate your offer. We'll consider all opinions and testimonies before reaching a conclusion." In the following days, the inspection continued. Valentina interviewed more clients and employees, each of whom spoke positively about the inclusive environment and the dedication of Nicole and the team. Even some of Carla's former colleagues, who had been critical, began to see the positive change and gave favorable testimonies. Finally, Valentina called a meeting with Karen, Nicole, Mr. Garcia, and the rest of the team. "I've reviewed all the information and spoken with many of you. It's clear that this salon has made a genuine effort to improve and be inclusive. However, there are some areas where you could strengthen your policies and procedures. Nicole and Karen nodded, willing to do whatever it took to meet the standards. We're committed to doing whatever is necessary to ensure a fair and respectful work environment for everyone, said Karen. Valentina smiled slightly. That's what I wanted to hear. I'm willing to close this case if you commit to implementing the recommendations we discussed. The relief was palpable in the salon. Nicole hugged Mr. Garcia, and Karen shook Valentina's hand. Thank you for your understanding and guidance, said Karen. When the inspection finally ended and Valentina left, Nicole felt stronger than ever. She knew they had passed an important test and that the future of the salon would be brighter thanks to their determination and unity. The salon not only survived the storm but emerged stronger, solidifying its place as a beacon of hope and positive change in the community. The beauty salon quickly recovered from the inspection scare, and the atmosphere became even more vibrant and positive. Employees and clients shared stories about the transformation of the place and how the inclusive environment had positively affected them. However, Nicole knew there was still someone with unresolved issues: Carla. Carla had been quieter since the inspection, but Nicole couldn't ignore the feeling that Carla was still resentful. One day after closing the salon, Nicole decided to confront Carla directly. Carla, can I talk to you for a moment? She asked. Carla, surprised by the request, nodded and followed Nicole to a quiet corner of the salon. What do you want? Carla asked, crossing her arms. I want to understand why you did what you did, Nicole said calmly. I know you have your reasons, but we're all here to improve. I want to know how we can work together and move past this. Carla sighed and looked at Nicole, her eyes filled with a mix of resentment and sadness. Nicole, you've always been the favorite, always the best, the most loved by the clients. And when you brought that homeless man here, I thought you had finally made a mistake. I thought it would show that you're not perfect. Nicole nodded, understanding the root of Carla's resentment for the first time. Carla, I never pretended to be perfect. I just wanted to help someone in need. We all make mistakes, and it's not about being the best, but about doing the right thing. Carla looked down, ashamed. I guess I was jealous and let it get to me. I'm sorry for causing so much trouble. Nicole put a hand on Carla's shoulder. We all deserve a second chance, Carla. I want us to work together to make this salon even better. We can learn a lot from each other. Carla looked up and nodded, tears in her eyes. Thank you, Nicole. I appreciate your understanding. That moment of reconciliation marked a change in the team's dynamic. Carla began working more closely with Nicole and Mr. Garcia, learning from their skills and sharing her own ideas. The collaboration strengthened the team, and the beauty salon became an even more cohesive and efficient place. Meanwhile, the friendship between Nicole and Mr. Garcia continued to grow. They spent time together outside of work, sharing meals and deep conversations about their lives and dreams. One day, while walking through Chapultepec Park, Mr. Garcia decided to share a crucial part of his past with Nicole. Nicole, there's something I need to tell you, Mr. Garcia said seriously as they sat on a park bench. Before I became homeless, I had a family. I had a wife and a young son. Nicole looked at him in surprise. What happened to them, Mr. Garcia sighed deeply. My wife and I divorced after a series of disagreements and financial problems. I lost contact with her and our son. It was one of the darkest times of my life. Nicole felt deep compassion for her friend. Have you tried to find them? Yes, but without success, Mr. Garcia replied. I've been searching for years, but I never had the strength or resources to continue the search. But now, thanks to you and the salon, I feel like I have a new chance. Nicole smiled. Then we'll find them, Mr. Garcia. You're not alone in this. With renewed determination, Nicole and Mr. Garcia began investigating, using all the resources at their disposal to locate his family. The search was arduous and full of obstacles, But they didn't give up. One day they received a promising lead. A woman with the same last name as Mr. Garcia had been seen in a nearby city. They decided to follow that lead, hopeful but also nervous about what they might discover. When they arrived in the city, they followed directions to a small house on the outskirts. Mr. Garcia was visibly nervous as they approached the door. Nicole gave him a reassuring squeeze of the hand. "We're in this together," she said. Mr. Garcia nodded and knocked on the door. After what seemed like an eternity, the door opened, and a middle-aged woman appeared. Her eyes widened with surprise and recognition. "Jorge, is that you?" she asked, her voice trembling. "Yes, it's me, Marta, Mr. Garcia responded, his voice filled with emotion. "I've been searching for you and our son for so long." Marta stepped out and hugged him tightly, tears streaming down her cheeks. "I thought I had lost you forever, Jorge. Our son Daniel is in college. I've been looking for you but didn't know where to find you." Nicole watched the emotional reunion with tears in her eyes, feeling a deep gratitude for being part of this miracle. She knew this was just the beginning of a new phase in Mr. Garcia's and his family's life. The return to the salon was filled with joy and celebration. The story of Mr. Garcia's reunion with his family inspired everyone in the salon and the community. The hope and love that had sprung from a simple act of kindness continued to transform lives, proving that even in the darkest moments, there is always a light of hope. Nicole woke up with a mix of excitement and nervousness. She knew today would be crucial for Mr. Garcia and his family. They had planned a special gathering at the beauty salon to celebrate the Garcia family's reunion and share their story with the team. Nicole wanted everything to be perfect, not just for Mr. Garcia, but also to show the power of kindness and hope. She arrived at the salon early and started preparing the place for the event. Karen was helping her, making sure everything was in place. "This is going to be amazing, Nicole. I'm so proud of you and Mr. Garcia," said Karen with a smile. "Thank you, Karen. This day means a lot to all of us," Nicole replied as she arranged the flowers in the vases and adjusted the chairs. As the time for the meeting approached, the salon's employees began to arrive, all eager to be part of this special moment. Valeria, the receptionist, was especially excited. "I've never seen anything like this, Nicole. It's truly inspiring," she said as she adjusted the decorations. Finally, the moment arrived. Mr. Garcia entered the salon with his ex-wife Marta and their son Daniel, who had come from college for the occasion. The team welcomed them with applause and hugs, creating a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Nicole took the microphone and addressed everyone. "Thank you all for being here today. This is a very special day for us. As many of you know, Mr. Garcia has been an inspiration to all of us. His courage and perseverance have taught us the true meaning of compassion and hope. Today, we celebrate not only his reunion with his family, but also the transformation of this salon into a place of love and second chances." Applause filled the salon as Nicole invited Mr. Garcia and his family to share their story. Mr. Garcia, with tears in his eyes, took the microphone. "I never imagined this day would come. A few months ago, I was lost and without hope, but thanks to Nicole and all of you, I found a new life. Today, I'm here, reunited with my family, and I have no words to express my gratitude." Marta and Daniel also spoke, sharing their experiences and thanking the salon team for their support. The emotion in the air was palpable, and many of those present couldn't hold back their tears. Suddenly, the salon door burst open, and Carla rushed in, visibly upset. "Nicole, Karen, we need help. There's a fire in the building next door. The firefighters are on their way, but we need to evacuate the people." Panic seized the salon. Nicole, without a second thought, took control. "Everyone, listen up. We need to evacuate the building immediately and make sure everyone is safe. Please stay calm and follow the instructions." The salon team, led by Nicole and Karen, began guiding clients and employees toward the emergency exits. Smoke started to seep into the salon, and the situation became increasingly dangerous. Mr. Garcia, recalling his past experience, joined the evacuation efforts, helping the most vulnerable to get out of the building. When the crowd finally made their way outside, Nicole's heart sank as she realized that Marta and Daniel were missing. Panic surged through her as she shouted, "Marta and Daniel are still inside." Without a second thought, she turned to rush back into the building, but Mr. Garcia intervened, grabbing her arm firmly. "Nicole, you can't go in there. It's too dangerous." "I'll go find them," he said urgently. Before Nicole could protest or argue, Mr. Garcia bolted back toward the blazing inferno, his silhouette momentarily illuminated by the intense flames. The scene felt surreal, as if time itself had frozen, with everyone outside anxiously watching and waiting. The smoke billowed around them, and the roar of the fire seemed deafening. Firefighters arrived swiftly, their sirens piercing the air as they began their battle against the inferno, spraying torrents of water in a desperate attempt to contain the raging flames. The anxiety among the onlookers was palpable, each second stretching into what felt like an eternity. At last, after what felt like an age of excruciating tension, Mr. Garcia emerged from the smoldering building. His clothes were tattered and covered in thick black soot, but his expression was one of relief and determination. He carried Marta and Daniel, both of whom looked disheveled but were miraculously unharmed. The sight of them safe and sound was enough to set off an outburst of cheers and tears of relief from the crowd gathered outside. Nicole, overwhelmed with emotion, rushed to them and enveloped them all in a tight embrace. Her voice trembled as she said, "Thank God you're safe. I was so worried." Turning to Mr. Garcia, she added with heartfelt gratitude, "You're a hero, Mr. Garcia. I don't know how to thank you." Breathing heavily, Mr. Garcia managed a weary smile. "I just did what needed to be done. I couldn't bear to lose my family again," he said, his voice filled with genuine humility and resolve. The firefighters, having managed to bring the fire under control, assessed the damage. The building next door had suffered severe damage, but the beauty salon itself had been spared the worst of the destruction. The team, exhausted but profoundly relieved, gathered outside. Despite the harrowing experience, the ordeal had only served to strengthen their bonds, reinforcing the belief that together they could surmount any challenge. That night, as everyone began to recover from the shock and fear of the day's events, Nicole and Karen took a moment to reflect on the ordeal. Karen broke the silence, her voice filled with a mixture of gratitude and pride. "This salon is more than just a place where we work. It's become our family, and today we demonstrated just how resilient and strong we are when we stand together." Nicole nodded in agreement, her heart swelling with pride. "We've faced many challenges and each one has made us stronger. I'm incredibly proud of what we've accomplished and the values we stand for," she said earnestly. The beauty salon had weathered yet another trial, emerging not only intact but more united and resolute than ever before. The bravery of Mr. Garcia and the leadership of Nicole had played pivotal roles in saving lives and reinforcing the power of kindness and compassion. As they looked to the future, they were guided by a renewed sense of hope and love, ready to face whatever came next with unwavering determination. The fire that had ravaged the neighboring building had left an indelible mark on everyone who had witnessed the chaos. The bravery of Mr. Garcia and the steadfast leadership of Nicole had been pivotal in ensuring everyone's safety amidst the smoke and confusion. Remarkably, the beauty salon had emerged unscathed from the disaster. This shared ordeal had deepened the sense of community and solidarity among the salon's employees and its clients, reinforcing their bonds in ways they had never anticipated. A few days following the harrowing event, Nicole and Karen convened to explore how they could harness this moment to further promote inclusion and strengthen their ties with the community. They envisioned organizing a special charity event as a way to offer tangible support and solidarity to those impacted by the fire. Their plan was to host a free health and beauty fair, designed not only to assist individuals in vulnerable situations, but also to fortify the connections within their local community. The event would feature free haircuts, beauty consultations, and basic health services. It would also include job training workshops and employment opportunities, thanks to partnerships with various local organizations. On the day of the event, the beauty salon and its surroundings transformed into a vibrant hub of activity. Colorful tents and tables were set up outside, adorned with cheerful flowers and banners heralding the fair. The salon's employees, clad in specially designed event t-shirts, stood ready to greet each visitor with warm smiles and open hearts. Nicole, Karen, and Mr. Garcia took their places at the entrance, personally welcoming everyone who arrived. "Thank you for coming," Nicole said to each person who walked through the entrance. "Today is about coming together to care for one another and to strengthen our community. We're grateful to have you here." The influx of attendees was steady and overwhelming. Families, elderly individuals, and many who had been directly affected by the fire sought support and comfort. The air was filled with a palpable sense of hope and gratitude. Amid the flurry of activity, Nicole's attention was drawn to an elderly woman and her young granddaughter. The woman's face bore the signs of exhaustion and worry, while the little girl, though visibly curious, clung tightly to her hand with a mix of shyness and apprehension. Seeing their need, Nicole approached them with a gentle smile. "Welcome," she said, her voice soothing. "How can we assist you today?" The elderly woman looked up, her eyes reflecting both relief and weariness. "We're here for some help. We lost everything in the fire, and we don't have much left." Nicole's heart ached for them. "Please, let's get you some assistance. We have several services available today, and we'll make sure you receive everything you need." The woman nodded gratefully, and Nicole guided them to one of the service stations where they could receive a haircut, a beauty consultation, and some much-needed advice on available community resources. As the fair continued, Nicole, Karen, and Mr. Garcia worked tirelessly, ensuring that everyone received the help they needed and that the spirit of the day was one of genuine care and compassion. The event was a resounding success, embodying the very essence of community support and solidarity. Through their combined efforts, Nicole, Karen, and Mr. Garcia not only provided practical assistance but also nurtured a renewed sense of connection and mutual support. The beauty salon, once again, had proven itself as a cornerstone of kindness and community, affirming that even in the wake of adversity, compassion and unity could forge a path forward. Nicole approached the elderly woman and her granddaughter with a warm, welcoming smile. "Hello, I'm Nicole. How can I assist you today?" The woman, her face etched with both exhaustion and gratitude, introduced herself. "Hello, I'm Rosa, and this is my granddaughter Anna. We lost our home in the fire and are trying to start over." Nicole's heart went out to them. "We're here to support you, Rosa. Please follow me, and I'll show you the various services we have available today." As Nicole guided Rosa and Anna through the bustling fair, she introduced them to several of the event's collaborators. Mr. Mendez, the salon's diligent janitor, was offering free haircuts at one of the stations. Other volunteers were distributing clothing and food. Rosa and Anna began to visibly relax as they received the care and support they so desperately needed, their initial apprehension giving way to a growing sense of comfort and relief. Meanwhile, in one of the main tents, Karen was leading a job training workshop. She spoke with enthusiasm and purpose. "Today we're going to cover essential skills that can open up new employment opportunities for you. Our goal is to empower everyone to improve their situation and find stability." Nearby, Mr. Garcia was stationed at a table, sharing his personal journey of overcoming adversity with those who sought inspiration. If I can rise after hitting rock bottom, so can you. Never underestimate the power of hope and the strength of community. He encouraged a group of attentive listeners, his words resonating deeply with those gathered. As the day unfolded, Nicole noticed Carla working diligently among the attendees, genuinely engaged in helping them. Deciding to take a moment to acknowledge her efforts, Nicole approached Carla during a brief lull. "Carla, you've done an amazing job today. I'm really impressed with how you've contributed." Carla, slightly flushed with modesty, replied, "Thank you, Nicole. Today has made me realize the significance of what we're doing here. I want to be a part of this positive change." Nicole embraced her in a heartfelt hug. "We're all learning and growing together. I'm thrilled to have you as part of this team." As the sun began its descent, casting a warm glow over the event, the fair neared its conclusion. The day had been a tremendous success, providing assistance to hundreds and significantly strengthening the sense of community. Exhausted but deeply satisfied, the salon's employees reflected on the tangible impact they had made on so many lives. Just when they thought the day couldn't be more memorable, the sound of approaching sirens caught their attention. A group of firefighters, including some who had battled the fire, arrived at the salon. Nicole, Karen, and Mr. Garcia went to greet them, their curiosity piqued. One of the firefighters stepped forward, holding a commemorative plaque. "We wanted to thank you for your bravery and the support you provided during the fire. Today, we've witnessed the profound impact of your efforts and wanted to express our gratitude." Nicole, visibly moved, accepted the plaque with a heartfelt response. "Thank you for your service and courage. This event was made possible because of the strength and unity you demonstrated that day." The firefighters and the salon team gathered for a photo, capturing a moment of unity and shared appreciation. The image would become a lasting symbol of their collective resilience and commitment to making a difference in their community. As Nicole looked around the salon, a profound sense of satisfaction washed over her. They had faced and conquered challenges that once seemed insurmountable, and through their collective kindness and cooperation, they had transformed their community into a beacon of hope and renewal. That night, as they prepared to close the salon, Nicole took a moment to reflect on the journey they had undertaken. She recognized that this was only the beginning of a path filled with both obstacles and triumphs. Yet she felt confident and ready to face whatever came next, buoyed by the unwavering support of her extraordinary team and community. The story they had crafted together, one of courage and compassion, would continue to inspire and uplift for many years to come. The news of their charity event spread rapidly throughout the city. Local newspapers and TV news stations eagerly reported on the beauty salon's remarkable transformation and the profound impact it had on the community. The story of Mr. Garcia's bravery, Nicole's leadership, and the collective heroism during the fire struck a deep chord, inspiring many across the city and beyond. A week after the event, the beauty salon was abuzz with activity. The phone lines were jammed with calls from people eager to support the salon's ongoing initiatives, whether through volunteering or making donations. Nicole and Karen found themselves inundated with a flood of emails and messages of support. "I can hardly believe how much this has grown in such a short time," Karen said, her eyes wide with amazement as she scrolled through her computer screen. "We're getting messages from all over the country, and even some from abroad." Nicole smiled, a mixture of pride and humility shining in her eyes. It's incredible what a simple act of kindness can spark. But with all this support comes a great responsibility. We need to ensure that every bit of help we're receiving is put to the best possible use. Amid the whirlwind of activity, an elegantly dressed woman walked into the salon, her gaze sweeping the room with curiosity and admiration. Valeria, the receptionist, approached her with a welcoming smile. "Welcome. How can I assist you today?" The woman returned the smile. "Hello, I'm Patricia Montes, a journalist from the country's largest television channel. I'd like to speak with Nicole and Karen about their remarkable story and the impact they're having on the community." Valeria led Patricia to the office, where Nicole and Karen greeted her with enthusiasm and a hint of curiosity. The interview promised to be an exciting opportunity to share their journey and the positive change they had helped create. "It's a pleasure to meet you, Ms. Montes. We're delighted to share our story," Karen said warmly, extending her hand. Patricia Montes, a distinguished journalist from the country's largest television channel, shook their hands and set up her recording equipment. "I've been following the remarkable things happening here, but I'd love to hear more about how it all began. Could you tell me about the origins of this incredible transformation?" Patricia asked, her curiosity evident. Nicole took a deep breath and began. "It all started with a simple act of kindness. One day I saw a homeless man who was in dire need of help. I decided to offer him a haircut, not knowing the full impact it would have. That man turned out to be Mr. Garcia, who had once saved Karen and her mother's lives. This chance encounter sparked a series of events that led us to work together to transform this salon into a beacon of hope and a place where people could get a second chance." Patricia, visibly moved by the story, nodded thoughtfully. "It's truly an inspiring narrative. What would you say has been the most challenging part of this journey?" Karen responded with a reflective tone. "The most significant challenge has been changing people's perceptions and overcoming ingrained prejudices. We faced skepticism and resistance along the way, but each time someone walks through our doors and experiences the compassion and support we offer, it reaffirms that we are on the right path. Seeing the difference we can make in people's lives has been worth every struggle." The interview continued, delving deeper into the details of the salon's transformation and its profound impact on the community. Patricia was attentive and asked insightful questions, eager to capture the essence of their story. As the interview wrapped up, Patricia expressed her gratitude. "Thank you both for sharing your journey with me. Your story will be featured in a special segment on our channel. I'm certain it will inspire many more people to act with kindness and support their communities." Later that afternoon, as the salon bustled with activity and clients, an older man and his young son walked through the door. Nicole recognized them immediately. They were from the building that had been ravaged by the recent fire. The man, Don Manuel, approached Nicole with a look of heartfelt gratitude. "Nicole, I'm at a loss for words to express my thanks. My family and I lost our home in the fire, but thanks to the charity event you organized, we've received the support we needed to begin rebuilding our lives," Don Manuel said, his voice thick with emotion. Nicole's eyes welled up as she replied, "Don Manuel, I'm so glad to hear that you're doing well. This salon was always meant to be a place of hope and renewal for everyone. We're here to support each other." Don Manuel's son, Carlos, who was a teenager, stepped forward. "I'd like to volunteer here. I want to give back for everything you've done for us," he said earnestly. Nicole smiled, deeply touched. "It would be an honor to have you join us, Carlos. Your willingness to help is exactly what we need." As the day progressed, Nicole and her team observed an increasing number of people expressing interest in participating and contributing to the salon's mission. The atmosphere in the salon was vibrant, filled with positive energy and a sense of shared purpose. The community's response underscored the salon's evolving role as a catalyst for change and solidarity. The story of the salon had resonated deeply, inspiring many to engage in acts of kindness and collective action. Nicole, Karen, and their team saw firsthand how empathy and dedication could bring about profound transformation, reaffirming their commitment to the salon's mission of making a difference in people's lives. That night, after closing the salon, the team gathered to discuss the next steps. "We've achieved a lot, but there's still much more to do," Karen said. We need to better structure our initiatives and ensure that the support we receive is distributed effectively. I agree, Nicole added. We could create a more formal volunteer program and establish partnerships with local organizations to maximize our impact, Mr. Garcia, who had been listening attentively, spoke up. I also think it's important to share our personal stories. People connect with real experiences, and seeing how we've overcome our difficulties can inspire others to do the same. The team agreed and began planning a series of events and workshops for the coming weeks. They knew the road ahead would be challenging, but they were ready to face it together, strengthened by unity and mutual support. As the salon's lights went out that night, Nicole looked at her team with a sense of accomplishment and hope. She knew they had started something special, something that would continue to grow and touch lives long after the last door closed. The kindness and compassion they had sown were flourishing, and the beauty salon had found its true purpose to be a beacon of hope in the community. The impact of the charity event and the media coverage the beauty salon had received had not only transformed the lives of those directly helped, but also inspired many others to join the cause. Nicole, Karen, and the team were more motivated than ever to continue their mission of community support. With the support of volunteers like Carlos, Don Manuel's son, and the growing collaboration with local organizations, the beauty salon had become a hub of community activities. They offered everything from job training workshops to personal counseling, all aimed at empowering people and giving them second chances. One Saturday morning, the salon was especially lively. They were hosting a charity event to raise funds for creating a shelter for homeless people. Nicole, with her contagious energy, was directing volunteers and ensuring everything ran smoothly. Amid the hustle and bustle, Nicole received an unexpected call. It was Mariana, her sister. "Hi, Nicole. I want to talk to you." "Can we meet?" Nicole, though surprised, agreed immediately. "Of course, Mariana. Come to the salon. I'm here all day." Shortly after, Mariana arrived at the salon. As she entered, she was impressed by the number of people and the positive energy that permeated the place. Nicole greeted her with a warm hug. "Mariana, I'm glad to see you. Come, I want to show you what we've been doing." Nicole led Mariana around the salon, introducing her to the volunteers and explaining the various initiatives they had launched. Mariana, who had always been practical and career-focused, couldn't help but be moved by the tangible impact her sister and her team were having on the community. "Nicole, this is incredible. I can't believe how much you've achieved," Mariana said, a mix of admiration and humility in her voice. "I always thought you should follow a more conventional career, but I see you are right to follow your passion." Nicole smiled, feeling a renewed connection with her sister. "Thank you, Mariana. This has been possible thanks to everyone who believed in this mission, and I'm happy you're here to see it." That afternoon during the event, Karen took the makeshift stage in the center of the salon to address everyone present. "I want to thank each one of you for being here today. This salon has come a long way since we started this journey, and every day I feel prouder of what we've achieved together. Today we are here to raise funds for a shelter that will provide a safe and warm place for those in need. But more than that, we are here to celebrate the power of community, love, and respect." The salon was alive with a wave of applause that seemed to resonate with every heart present as Karen stepped forward to speak. "It is with great honor that I invite Mr. Garcia to share a few words with us. His incredible journey is a key reason why we are gathered here today," she announced, her voice trembling with emotion. Mr. Garcia made his way to the stage, greeted by a thunderous standing ovation that filled the room with a palpable sense of admiration and support. As he took the microphone, his voice was thick with emotion, his words laden with the weight of his experiences. "A few months ago, I found myself adrift in a sea of despair, feeling utterly hopeless and lost. The thought of my life taking such a dramatic turn seemed unimaginable. But through the unwavering support and boundless kindness of Nicole, Karen, and the entire team, I discovered a family and a community that has been a pillar of strength and encouragement. Today, I stand before you to share a message of profound hope. We all deserve a second chance, and this shelter represents that beacon of possibility. The atmosphere in the salon was charged with deep emotion. Many in the audience were visibly moved, tears streaming down their faces as Mr. Garcia's heartfelt words touched their souls. Nicole, her throat constricted with emotion, could hardly contain her feelings as she listened. She felt an overwhelming sense that this was merely the beginning of a much greater journey. As the event drew to a close, it was announced that they had surpassed their fundraising goal. The realization that the shelter would soon become a reality brought tears of joy to Nicole's eyes. She embraced Karen, Mr. Garcia, and every individual who had played a part in making the event such a resounding success. That evening, as the salon was being closed up, Nicole and Karen took a moment to reflect on the incredible journey they had undertaken. "We have accomplished something truly remarkable here, Karen. I could not have achieved any of this without your steadfast support and the belief of everyone who rallied behind this mission," Nicole said, her voice filled with gratitude. Karen responded with a nod, her own eyes reflecting the shared sentiment. "This is just the beginning, Nicole. What we have shown today is that acts of kindness and compassion possess the power to transform lives in profound ways. I am confident that our efforts will continue to make a significant impact within our community and far beyond." The beauty salon had evolved into a powerful symbol of hope and renewal. The inspiring tale of Nicole, Mr. Garcia, and the many individuals who had joined their cause had sparked a movement of change, proving that with love, respect, and collective effort, anything is possible. The legacy they were building together was poised to grow, leaving an indelible mark on the community and in the hearts of everyone involved in this remarkable transformation. The success of the charity event and the extensive media coverage had propelled the beauty salon into the spotlight, not merely as a venue for beauty, but as a beacon of hope and transformation. The story of their efforts had captured the imagination of people worldwide, inspiring others to initiate similar endeavors in their own communities. One sunny afternoon, Nicole was caught off guard by an unexpected phone call from a television producer. They were interested in creating a documentary about the beauty salon and its profound influence on the community. Although initially taken aback, Nicole embraced the opportunity with enthusiasm, recognizing it as a chance to further magnify their message of compassion and hope. A few weeks later, a dedicated filming crew arrived, eager to delve into the heart of the salon and capture the compelling stories of those whose lives had been dramatically changed. The documentary commenced with a deep dive into Mr. Garcia's journey. From the pivotal moment Nicole discovered him on the street to his vital role in the community and the emotional reunion with his family, the cameras expertly captured the raw emotion and heartfelt sincerity in his narrative. This salon transcends being just a place for a haircut. It is a sanctuary of hope and renewal. Here I found not only a family but a newfound purpose. Thanks to Nicole and the incredible support from everyone, I have been able to rebuild my life from the ashes, Mr. Garcia shared, his eyes brimming with gratitude and emotion. In addition to Mr. Garcia's story, the documentary featured poignant interviews with Mariana, Nicole's sister. Initially skeptical of Nicole's unconventional path, Mariana now expressed profound pride and admiration for the transformative impact of their work. "My sister has shown me that pursuing one's passion and dedicating oneself to a cause greater than oneself can have an extraordinary effect, far surpassing any traditional career. I am immensely proud of her and the remarkable achievement she has made with the salon," Mariana said, her smile radiating pride. The cameras followed Nicole through various scenes, including a job training workshop she conducted. This segment showcased her dedication to helping individuals develop skills and secure employment. The heartfelt testimonies of those who had benefited from the salon's services underscored the profound impact of even the smallest acts of kindness. These personal stories illustrated how seemingly simple gestures could lead to transformative and enduring changes in people's lives. The day of the documentary's premiere arrived, and the atmosphere was charged with excitement and anticipation. The salon team, along with their families, friends, and numerous community members, gathered at a local theater for the special screening. As the lights dimmed and the screen flickered to life, the room was filled with a wave of emotions. The film's vivid portrayal of the salon's journey, combined with the moving interviews and transformation stories, touched the hearts of everyone present, eliciting both tears and applause. At the documentary's conclusion, Nicole took to the stage to address the audience. "Thank you all for being here and for supporting our mission. This documentary is a testament to what we can achieve when we unite and uplift one another. However, this is not the end of our journey, it is merely the beginning of something far greater." Nicole declared, her voice steady and impassioned. She gazed at the audience with a determined expression. "I urge each of you to remember that even the smallest acts of kindness can have a monumental impact. Extend a helping hand to those around you, and never forget that empathy and compassion are our greatest strengths. Together, we can create waves of positive change that ripple through our communities and beyond." The theater erupted into a thunderous applause, the sound cascading through the space with a palpable, almost electric fervor. Nicole stood amidst the sea of clapping hands, her heart swelling with an overwhelming tide of pride and gratitude. Her eyes brimmed with tears as she reflected on the remarkable journey that had led them to this poignant moment. The documentary, a vivid chronicle of their shared struggles and victories, had deeply touched everyone present, resonating far beyond the theater walls. Its moving portrayal of heartfelt stories and triumphs had ignited a global wave of support, with donations and messages of encouragement flowing in from every corner of the world. This remarkable surge of generosity enabled the beauty salon to expand its mission exponentially. With newfound funding and resources, the salon was able to launch additional initiatives and establish support centers in various communities, spreading hope and assistance to those in dire need. The legacy of the beauty salon continued to flourish, becoming a shining symbol of hope and the transformative power of compassion. It stood as a living testament to the extraordinary capacity of empathy and kindness to reshape lives and inspire future generations. At the core of this inspiring story lies the essence of Stoic philosophy, which teaches that virtue is the highest good. According to Stoicism, our actions should align with reason and nature, guided by principles of justice, wisdom, courage, and moderation. The true measure of virtue is not found in external accolades or recognition, but in the intrinsic value of acting in accordance with what is right. The Stoics believe that virtue itself is the reward, and acts of kindness and compassion should not be motivated by a desire for external validation. Instead, these actions reflect what is inherently good and just. By focusing on our character and the morality of our deeds, we liberate ourselves from the need for external approval and find fulfillment in the purity of our intentions. As we conclude this extraordinary journey, we want to express our deepest gratitude for being a part of it. If the stories of Nicole, Mr. Garcia, and the entire team have moved you, we encourage you to like this video, share it widely, and subscribe to our channel. We are dedicated to bringing more uplifting and transformative stories to light, and your support is crucial in helping us continue this mission. Remember, even the smallest act of kindness has the power to create profound and lasting change. Until we meet again, continue to act with compassion and integrity, not for the rewards but because it is the right thing to do. Wow, what an incredible journey we've witnessed today. From the powerful story of a woman who lost her job for giving a haircut to a homeless man, to the heartwarming realization of the salon owner about the true value of compassion and community. The impact of these events has been nothing short of transformative. As you reflect on this touching story, we'd love to hear from you. What have you learned from this experience, and how will you bring these lessons into your own life? Share one thing you've learned and how you plan to apply it in the comments below. If you found inspiration in this story, please leave your comment and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support helps us continue sharing uplifting and transformative content that can make a real difference in the world. Thank you for being a part of this amazing journey.